computer. Okay, we're ready to go. So the first thing I always open up a class with is basically how to use essential oils. And there's 3 ways of doing so. Aromatically, that is literally just smelling the oil. So whether you're smelling it out of the bottle, you're putting it in a diffuser, the chemical constituents of that oil literally affect every single cell in your body within 20 minutes. So if you don't want to put oils on your body, you could literally just put it in the diffuser, and all of those benefits of that oil will hit you on a cellular level. The second way to use essential oils is topically. So that's just applying it to your skin. I always recommend putting essential oils on like pulse points. It'll be a quicker way to get right into your bloodstream. Behind the ears, the back of the spine, even on your feet, there are 7,000 nerve endings in your feet. So again, if you don't want to put oils on your upper body, you can actually put them on your feet, and it will be, you can actually access all the parts of your body through your feet. I mean, I've done full Reiki sessions on someone's feet because it's all connected with those pressure points, which is pretty powerful. And then the third way is internally. And so I can only speak to Doterra oils for this one because they are therapeutic grade oils. They're third-party testing. They are the most tested oils out in the field, and they are the leading essential oil company out there. So if you have Doterra oils, or if you don't, you'll notice that some of their bottles have a supplemental fact key on the back, and that's how you know it's totally safe to consume. And so you'll see a serving size on there. It'll say like 1 drop. And you'll even see the serving amounts per container is 250 drops are in this. So just think you have to use this 250 times for it to be empty. So I know sometimes when you look at essential oil bottles, it's like super small. So how is that going to last you a long time? 1 drop goes a long way, especially when you're using them on your body. So keep that in mind when you are using oils with Doterra. So as for the oils I chose to talk about today, I could probably talk about 50 different oils that are going to help support your immune system, but I wanted to keep it super short and simple because these are my go-tos that I've been using really since I started using oils. And so we're going to talk about frankincense, copaiba, oregano, tea tree, and on guard. So first is frankincense. This was probably one of the first oils that got me really hooked with using essential oils. And I wasn't even using it for my immune system. I was using it for my skin because frankincense is really, really good anti-ager. I feel like it helps like remove fine lines. So frankincense with my skin was like my first go-to. But then when I started really researching about frankincense, and the chemical components of frankincense, it's like an amazing anti-inflammatory. So whether it's supporting your immune system, whether it's supporting your hormones, like frankincense is kind of like, it's like the crystal quartz of essential oils. It's so good on so many different levels, and there is so much research to back up frankincense. If you are a science nerd and a research nerd, there's this amazing website. It's called pubmed.gov, and it's basically where you could find all of the research studies done on multiple different things. So you could type in, oh, there's someone else coming, so I'm gonna add them, Melanie. I think I did that right. Yes. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Okay, so pubmed.gov. You could type in frankincense essential oil, and all of the research studies on multiple different subjects will show up. So, for instance, frankincense is known to actually reduce stress and help you sleep. It's been done on in laboratories on rats, and they monitored that, and literally the stress levels of the rats came down, and they were able to sleep better. They have linked frankincense up with fighting cancer. One of the cool things that Doterra is doing right now is they are linking up with a cancer research center hospital. They're actually, hi Melanie.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. We're
Hey.
actually talking about the first oil, frankincense, so you haven't missed much. So Doterra is actually teaming up with a cancer research hospital. I believe it's in, I think it might be in like Kentucky or Tennessee, one of those areas. But there's actually a whole rehab floor for people going through chemo and cancer, and they're going to be using Doterra essential oils for the rehab, and that's pretty amazing because these essential oils affect you on a cellular level. So one of the things that of how I use frankincense, and we'll talk about this a little bit more, is I do take this one internally sometimes, and I also make myself an immunity roller with that. So later we'll talk about a few DIY recipes that you could do at home to kind of help you feel like your immune system is supported on the go. The next oil I want to talk about, which is literally another one of my favorites, is Copaiba. And so this is new to the Doterra family, about maybe it's like 2 years old. It is found in the Amazon rainforest. No trees are harmed from it. It's literally from the resin from the trees. And the reason why Copaiba is so amazing for your immune system, for your cardiovascular system, for your hair, for your skin, for your liver, I could literally go on about Copaiba, but because it has one of the highest amounts of beta-carotene in it. So very similar to a CBD. This is kind of like a CBD on steroids. And so, you know, Copaiba helps improve inflammation. We all know that major diseases and sicknesses are caused from inflammation in the body. So by taking Copaiba internally, or even just applying this to your skin, or again, just putting it in your diffuser at night or in the daytime, but putting it in your diffuser, I mean, you're going to benefit so hugely from Copaiba. There was actually a study done on this too, on a lab. There was 18 rats in a lab, and they were doing some sort of liver study, and within 18 days, lymph nodes were completely, they were swollen, and they went completely down to a normal rate, and it actually increased levels of reactive oxygen in the liver. So Copaiba is, I mean, just like frankincense, these two combined, like, this is all you need in life. And so just to help with like stress and all of that, Copaiba has been a game changer, especially during all of this COVID stuff. There are certain blends that I use with Copaiba that have just really helped with stress and anxiety. I actually use Copaiba. I put a drop underneath my tongue 2 or 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, at night. I took one before this Zoom call just because I feel like it helps take the edge off a little bit when I'm talking in front of people. And so another thing that Copaiba helps with is it helps monitor like the oxidative stress. And what oxidative stress is, it's an imbalance of free radicals and antioxidants in the body. So that leads to cell and tissue damage. So Copaiba actually helps like rebuild like your body on a cellular level. So Copaiba is amazing. Next oil I want to talk about is oregano. And so I'm sure at the grocery store, if you've ever gone into Whole Foods or any kind of health store, you'll see like oregano pills. I remember when I first moved out to Colorado, I wasn't feeling well, and one of my coworkers was like, oh, here's an oregano pill. And it's crazy because oregano, I feel like, nibs something in the butt really quick. So if you're not feeling well, oregano is super strong. And it does not smell good. Not oil, not all oils smell good. Frankincense and Copaiba, they smell good. Oregano, it does not. And so it's super potent. Imagine, even when you're cooking with oregano, imagine that scent, which I love the smell of oregano when I'm cooking, but this is like really, really intense. It's also a hot oil. So this is an oil where you 100% need it to be diluted with a carrier oil. You could, an example of some carrier oils would be coconut oil, jojoba oil, or you can even put it like in lotion. If you were going to take this internally, I would put it in a shot glass of water and take it down like that. I wouldn't even put this like one drop under my tongue. I would feel like it would probably burn. If you put it on your skin, you'll get like a burning sensation. Like it's not gonna harm you. It is just a very hot oil. And so some of the properties with oregano, it's antimicrobial, antiviral, antifungal, has antioxidants, it's an anti-inflammatory, and it's actually also a cancer suppressor. So whenever I do use oregano, this is usually in my rollers that I'll make, which again, we'll talk about that towards the end. Or I will put this on my feet. And the reason I put it on my feet, just like I said before, you have 7,000 nerve endings in each foot, and I'm not going to smell it that much when it's at my feet. So this is amazing for your immune system. If you're not feeling well, a little bit of oregano goes a long way. Next oil. And if you have any questions, you could put it in the little chat bar down here, or you could just raise your hand and we could talk about it. The next oil I want to go over is tea tree. And so tea tree is another antifungal, anti-tumor, antiseptic, antibacterial. If you're starting to do some research with tea tree, you will notice that you're going to find a ton of research studies on how it's really, really good for your skin. So if you have eczema, acne, if you are prone to cold sores, which unfortunately I am, I feel like one of my parents had a cold sore when I was little and they kissed me, and now I have cold sores for life. So I've always gotten cold sores. And I have tried Zovirax, I've tried Abreva, I've gotten prescription stuff. I've literally tried everything out there for cold sores. And when I started using essential oils on my cold sores, it's gotten to the point where it doesn't even break out. Because once I feel that itch on my lip, I apply either tea tree, or there's another oil I use, Manuka. But because it has those antifungal properties, it literally helps the virus like not come out. So using this with your immune system is absolutely amazing. I'll also talk about another DIY with tea tree a little bit later on. But this, imagine, physically I've seen this work on my face because I've put it on my cold sore and my cold sore has not broken out. And so imagine what that could do like internally, or even aromatically if you're just breathing this in. I was reading about a study that again was done on rats that had pneumonia, and they tested rats that took penicillin for the pneumonia, and then rats that just aromatically was breathing in tea tree, and they had a better result for the ammonia to shrink with the tea tree oil. So again, just breathing that in. If you have any kind of like lung stuff going on or throat, especially like with this COVID or flu or whatever kind of sickness, like there's so much bacteria that we carry in our mouth. And so by using these oils, breathing them in, it's like dealing with all the bad crap. So I highly recommend some tea tree going into the winter season. And then next, Sarah is going to talk about one of my favorite blends. It's the protective blend called On Guard. Take it away, Sarah.
Awesome. Thank you. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, you're good.
Okay, perfect. So yes, On Guard is probably in almost everyone's household that uses Doterra. It's one of the first oils I had. It is the protective blend. It's actually the first blend that Doterra came out with, and there's tons of scientific research done on this oil. Again, you can get onto Doterra's website and there's all that information listed for you there, which is really good to just kind of back what we're talking about. On Guard is a blend of wild orange, clove, eucalyptus, cinnamon, and rosemary, which all of those oils are amazing to support your immune system. This blend also just helps balance your cellular health, and it's antioxidant. It is, it just all around helps to support and protect your immune system. It comes in a range of products. If you go onto Doterra's website, you can just type in On Guard and they all come up. I use just the oil to simply put it in my diffuser, and I actually love to blend this with eucalyptus. That is one way, as Allie was talking about diffusing oils. It'll really only take about 20 minutes for you to start feeling the benefits of using oils through your diffuser. And I also I love their roller because it is already blended with fractionated coconut oil. If you have the oil and you want to dilute it, I would highly suggest that, just because of the cinnamon and the clove. It can kind of burn your skin just a little bit. But the roller already is blended with the fractionated coconut oil. So I use this on my pulse points, down my spine, even around my lymph nodes and on the bottom of my feet. I take this with me everywhere because I also have been on airplanes. So I use this every single day, in the morning and at night. And then getting the On Guard in your body is also going to be super beneficial, and doing that pretty much on a day-to-day basis if you can, because then the oils really build up in your system. So the beadlets are one of my favorites, and they're super tiny. You pop it in your mouth, you wait for it to pop, and then it's this refreshing blend of cinnamon, and that's one way to get it into your body. You can also, as I'll talk later, add it to your veggie capsule. And then they also have like my go-to protective throat drops, which I've been using here in Oregon. As Betsy knows, we have had crazy fires. It's hard to breathe outside. It's hurting everybody's throat. So I've been using those protective drops pretty much every day. You can also gargle On Guard in some water. You can put about 1 to 2 drops in just a little shot glass of water and gargle that as you're feeling a cold, or once you just start to kind of feel yucky. But really, On Guard is such a powerful blend. It comes in laundry detergent. It comes in concentrate cleaner for your countertops. It comes in hand wash, toothpaste, mouth, like everything. I think On Guard is one of the most versatile oils that Doterra makes, and it is known as their protective blend. So I could go on and on about On Guard forever, so I'll leave it at that.
Yes.
Yeah, if you want to add into anything of that, Allie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, On Guard's definitely with me always as well. One of the things that Sarah was talking about, like when I travel and I like get into my hotel room at night, I do the On Guard gargles. And another great thing with On Guard is making it in tea, which I'll share two of my favorite tea recipes with On Guard. It has, because it has that cinnamon and clove, to me it tastes like a little Christmas in a cup. Like it's delicious and it's super effective. And so the cool thing about On Guard is that it helps kill the bad bacteria, but it really helps promote the good bacteria. So we don't want, like, when you look at like a Purell, it kills like all the bacteria. Like we want to make sure that we are supporting the good bacteria in our bodies, because our bodies are machines and they are meant to be fighting multiple things at a time. So On Guard really kind of helps support that and build that in your immunity. And the next thing I want to talk about is Adaptiv. And so, as you know, stress suppresses your immune system. And so that's why I think, with all the stuff that's happening right now, in the world, on social media, it could get really, really heavy for our energetic fields, big time. And so, I had like a stressful week at work last week, and I almost got a cold sore. Like we could physically feel a difference in our bodies when you have like a hard week, like you don't feel good. Like that is our immune system being suppressed. So Adaptiv is a new product that came out last year. And let me just go over the oil first. So it's called the Calming Blend, and there is wild orange, lavender, copaiba, spearmint, magnolia, rosemary, neroli, and sweet gum. And so the reason why this blend, so many people are drawn to the smell of this blend, is because it covers your florals, it has your tree oils, and it has your leaf oils and citrus oils. So it has, most of us, when you start using oils, you're like, oh, I'm definitely more of like a woodsy kind of oil, or I like more citrus, or you maybe like more floral. What's cool about Adaptiv is it has all of those in one. So not many people smell Adaptiv and they're like, oh, that doesn't smell right. And so like, for instance, like the rosemary that's in this Adaptiv, the chemical compound is cineol and camphor and betaphylline, and that increases alertness, focus, and is proven to reduce stress. Copaiba, like we talked about previously, is amazing to help control that stress and anxiety because it has the highest amount of that beta-carotene. Linalool, which is the compound in neroli, magnolia, and lavender, that actually helps relaxes the mind. Like there's a reason why they say, if you want to relax, if you want to go to a spa, you think of lavender. Well, that linalool is clinically proven to help your body relax. And so with all of these oils combined in Adaptiv, it's a game changer. So whether you want to just do some deep breathing with it, or diffusing it with lavender at night is amazing. I have a little car diffuser, and on my way to work, I diffuse Adaptiv to start my day. It's amazing. And so going off of that, they expanded the line. No, Gaia, she pulled something out. She pulled my Doterra thing out of the garbage. So going off of that, I want to talk about these Adaptiv pills. So in the bottle of Adaptiv, which I actually only have the roller with me, they have the oil bottle, they have the roller bottle, and then they have these Adaptiv pills. And so you cannot take the Adaptiv oil internally, but you can. They did make a formulated pill that you can take internally. And what's amazing about these pills is that not only do they have a good amount of those oils that I listed, but they also have naturally sourced ahi flower and naturally sourced GABA. And so GABA is a chemical that is produced in your brain. And so when you have lower levels of GABA, that means that you have higher levels of stress and anxiety. So these pills have naturally sourced GABA in them. And so literally these pills help. This is like the mental health pill. If you struggle with any kind of mental health out there, again, I'm not a doctor. I'm just going off of these ingredients and what these ingredients can do to you on a cellular level and for your brain. But highly recommend Adaptiv pills, like with also combining with your Copaiba. If you're someone that feels that heaviness and that just literally, I mean, this will, like, it helps you, it changes you. Like, it's amazing, especially with just the weight of the world right now. So I cannot say enough about these Adaptiv pills. They're amazing. And so next, Sarah's going to talk to us about making your own immune pills using veggie caps. These are $4. There's like 160 of these in here, and $4 with Doterra. So take it away, Sarah.
Yeah, so I have been, again, traveling, and I wanted to really boost my immune system before I got on the plane and during my travels. So I actually used, I made about 10 immune boosting capsules. Again, there's so many oils that you could put into this because all of the oils really do benefit your immune system. But I picked just a handful of them that I'll go over. Honestly, On Guard is the very first thing that comes into mind because of all of the benefits that we just talked about. Sorry, I lost my place in my notebook here with all of my notes written down.
What the pills look like. They're like super tiny, and you just put your drops of oil in them and boom.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't close that.
Super easy and amazing. So I start off with the On Guard, and again, I'm using about 1 to 2 drops of these oils. And today I actually learned a really helpful hint. Some people ask me, you use oils all the time. Is there, like, can you overdose on oils? Can I take too much On Guard? And today I learned that about 24 drops of oil, which is a ton. That's way more than I use,
You
and I
would
use
never
oils every
need that
single day.
much, but yeah, it's like
Never need to be using that much. So you really cannot be taking too many oils internally. So I thought that was just a really good point to share. So back to the ingredients, I use On Guard. I use lemon just because it's antibacterial. It's super refreshing. I use frankincense. Ali spoke to that earlier. Oregano, which is a great way to get it into your system because, like she said, it really actually does not taste that great. So adding it to your veggie capsules is probably the easiest way to use it. I use ginger just because I have a super sensitive and most of the time upset stomach. And ginger is also just great for blood circulation. It's anti-inflammatory as well. Pink pepper is a oil that I'm really new with, but it has a ton of research backed against it for supporting your immune health. So I add 2 drops of that, and then I add 2 drops of tea tree oil. So, and she listed all of the benefits to tea tree as well. And then before Ali starts talking again about some DIYs, I just wanted to mention that taking care of your immune system is really all about getting a proper good night's sleep, taking care of your body, eating well. And Doterra created a lifelong vitality pack vitamin system that I've started taking just about a month or so ago, and it is amazing. They do offer it in like a vegan option if you don't want fish oils or anything in there. And I actually take half the dosage because I have such a sensitive stomach. I'm still getting the benefits of it, but I only take 2 pills a day of each of the, I don't have my bottles in front of me, but it's 3 different bottles, and I take 2 pills a day. And the lifelong vitality system is insane. I will just keynote some of the main things that it's doing. It's full of nutrients, metabolism benefits, it's antioxidant, it promotes energy, health, and obviously lifelong vitality. That's why it's named that. It helps protect your DNA, your bone health, your immune system, stress management, your hair, skin, and nails, your eyes, brain, your nervous system, your liver, your lungs, your respiratory. I don't think they left out any single part of your body when they were creating the formula for these pills. So I was never huge on taking vitamins, and I will not lie, like some mornings I miss them and it's okay. But as long as you can try to take them at least once a day, I think people will really start to benefit from that. And then again, if you're taking care of your body, sleeping well, getting enough water, and using these oils to boost your immune system, you're going to be good to go.
Yeah. And I can honestly say, I've never been like a big pill person either. And so I would say more or less like in the last year, I started really researching like the food that I eat. And I've been following some people on Instagram, Dr. Mark Hyman. He's amazing. You actually, our food has changed so much, how our food is produced, where it comes from to your grocery store, to your table. I mean, there's a lot of, food is not how it used to be. Even our soil has lost a ton of its nutrients. So they're saying that the nutrients in our food are not enough to help support a healthy immune system. So you need to supplement. And so when I started taking Lifelong Vitality, it was a game changer for my energy. It was a game changer for my menstrual cycle. Like, it's crazy how much it just helps balance what's going on inside. And just like the peace of mind that it's giving your body, like that little extra that, like, even if you're a really healthy eater, like, you still need supplements because we do not have that nutritional value in our food like we once have. So I absolutely love Lifelong Vitality. I recently did a cleanse this summer. It was called the Cleanse and Restore, and it was like a hardcore vitamin cleanse. And I added clean eating and no sugar on top of it, and I felt freaking amazing. And I was taking the full dosage of Lifelong Vitality, which is a lot, which again, you don't need that much. If you want to be jacked on life, go for it. But even if you took one dose every single day, it's going to be huge for you. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is with those oils. Again, we talked about 5 oils: frankincense, copaiba, oregano, on guard, melaleuca. Like, I could have named like 30 other oils that could be great to support your immune system, but I think it's important to just, sometimes essential oils could be a little overwhelming, and it doesn't need to be complex. Like, these oils will get you far. And so one of the things that I do, again, I travel a lot, and just to have things on the go, so I'm not, so I can get the most out of my oils. I will make myself a roller. And so these rollers, you know, you can get them on Amazon. I can list multiple websites of where you can get these. You can probably get them for like $1. I always get rollers with the metal roller on it, not the plastic, just because I feel like it rolls on better. But if I was going to make myself an immune roller, I would use those oils. Maybe I would add a little lemon in there, because just like Sarah said, with lemon, it's in like a natural purifier. I was going to talk about lemon because that's part of my flume recipe for my roller, but I will just do like 10 drops of each of those oils, and then I will fill the rest up with fractionated coconut oil. And so that will last me like 2 months. So by not taking the oils out of the bottle, like, you're getting a lot more life out of your oils, because dilution, again, 1 drop goes such a long way. This whole thing, you know, if I fill a quarter of that with essential oils, like, that is plenty. Actually, when you add a carrier oil to your skin, like, it helps not, what's the word for it, evaporate from your skin. So I always recommend using a carrier oil when you're using your rollers, or just any kind of application with your oils. But I would do 10 drops of each of those oils and call it a day. Apply it to the back of your spine, behind your ears, on your feet at night. Even if you're just feeling, I don't know, when I'm in the airport and I'm feeling bugged out, I'm like, okay, I feel fine. And I have my immune roller with me. The next thing I want to talk about are steam mugs. So I absolutely love doing steam mugs. All you need to do is you can either microwave a cup of water, or you could boil it in your tea kettle like me. And you basically just fill your cup up with water, and then just do 1 to 2, I'll do 2 drops of oil. So you could do like a tea tree and lemon. You could do a little oregano, and, you know, close your eyes because you don't want to burn your eyes. But basically, you add your oils into a steaming mug, and then you just do deep inhales through your nose and through your mouth. And so if you want to feel like you really just want to clear out the, you know, whatever kind of bacteria is in your throat or in your lungs, really good to do if you're just feeling a little under the weather. It's huge. It really helps just clear all that stuff out. Great thing to do going into the winter season with, you know, the sicknesses that are going around. And then, just like Sarah said, with the immune roller, the immune caps, these are huge. You want to take something internally and not under your tongue, and you feel more comfortable having it go into your stomach and digest it that way. That really works. And then another thing I got really into during quarantine was making essential oil teas. And so same thing, just like the steam mug. If you're drinking it, all you need is 1 drop of oil. When you apply oils to heat, so whether you're cooking with essential oils, or again, making any kind of tea, any kind of hot substance, it intensifies the flavor like crazy. So like, if you're cooking with oils, lemon, I keep in my kitchen. I actually have lemon in like 3 areas of my house because I use it for everything. But when I cook with lemon, I do like 2 drops of lemon. I've totally found that out the hard way. I've put multiple drops of lemon chicken, and I got a horrible review from my significant other saying this is way too lemony. So 2 drops of lemon if you're cooking with it. One of my favorite recipes for just like an immune tea is 1 drop or 2 drops of On Guard, 1 drop lemon with some honey. It's absolutely delicious. If you want to throw in, this might sound gross, but it actually, the honey makes it better, but adding a turmeric, like 1 drop of turmeric to some On Guard and lemon, and again, honey. For some reason, you would think that, well, they make turmeric lattes now. That's like a trendy thing. So it tastes delicious. I love making my essential oil teas. So I was actually talking to one of my best friends is a nurse in Vermont, and she's like, oh my God, like, I'm not really feeling that great. Like, I have like my throat's itchy. And then like 10 minutes later, she's like, I made that tea and it's a game changer. She's like, my throat doesn't hurt anymore. So you don't need a lot of oils to have them positively impact your body. And yeah, do you guys have any questions about any of the oils or how to use them or any other kind of methods? Yes.
I'm really tiny.
Yes.
So first of all, it's my first time actually hearing all of this, so I'm a bit overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And I'm probably, 3 times your ages, and I'm really tiny.
Mm-hmm.
So how does that alter the amount of oil that you should take?
So if you were gonna start using essential oils, I would honestly start with diffusing and just applying them topically to your skin, and don't even mess around with ingesting it yet. Just allow your body to get used to the oils on your skin. I've never heard anyone have a negative reaction to taking any kind of thing internally. But I think if you are just a little weary of it and you just want to experience, yeah. So I would start with just diffusing and just applying something topically to your skin. And start small and see how that feels. And then eventually, I know Jess, my friend that's on here, she took her first drop of Copaiba. She's like very cautious about a lot of things. So when I started, I gave her a bottle of On Guard, I think last year. And it is like, she won't take any kind of pill. She doesn't like Advil. She doesn't like any of that stuff. And so she just started with just smelling the On Guard literally out of the bottle. And then she started with just putting like a little bit like behind her ears. Now she's putting a drop in her tea. And she literally just used her first drop of Copaiba under her tongue. So the most important thing is that you feel comfortable. Using essential oils, you should never feel uncomfortable because there's so many ways to benefit from it. And so again, by just simply putting a few drops in your diffuser, like that could be a game changer and just a really nice way to start using essential oils. Okay. Yeah. And that's why I literally wanted to just talk about 5 oils today, because it can get very overwhelming. It's kind of like, imagine like going into the grocery store for the first time and you're like, I don't even know, where do I even start? There's an oil for everything. I mean, we can have a whole class on skincare. We can have a whole class on hair. Like we can have a whole class on cleaning, and the oils that you could use for cleaning. So I wanted to keep it super simple because these oils are extremely effective and could be a game changer, just as, like this is my medicine cabinet. My oils are my medicine cabinet. I no longer take anything. I take oils. So diffusing is a great place to start though. Any other questions?
I do have one other, allergies to things. Like I'm allergic to penicillin. So like, I think something that came up somewhere, but if you're allergic to, say, a penicillin, would any of these have an adverse effect?
No, it wouldn't. And actually, it's impossible to be allergic to an essential oil. So say if you are like, I'm allergic to eucalyptus, you would not have a reaction to the eucalyptus oil. I could look up a little bit more details on that. I read that in one of my science books, and it's been confirmed through some of the Doterra conventions that I've gone to. So yeah, it's That's another thing. My friend Jess, she thinks she's allergic to like everything, and I literally have to be like, Jess, you've had this before. So no, you cannot have an allergic reaction to essential oils.
And I'll add to that Doterra, because we just came off of our convention, so it's been like 3 or 4 full days of oils, and me and Allie are on like an essential oil high. Doterra is by far the cleanest and purest essential oil brand. So a lot of people are they're like, oh, I'm allergic to rosemary. I had it in a lotion or something that they've had. And unfortunately, the majority of the products that you're buying are not pure. They are added with lots of synthetic chemicals. And at the end of the day, it's all about doing the research on where you're getting your products from, because that is probably the second reason why I started using Doterra, was because they stand so hard behind sourcing their oils. They're 100% pure. They're super transparent about this as well. So if you get on their website, they'll show you where they source almost every single oil from.
Yeah. And you can actually, on the bottom of every single bottle, you can't really tell in this thing, but you can go on the website. I believe it's sourcetoyou.com, and you could type in that number and you could actually find out when this was distilled and all of the chemical constituents in it, what time of year. Like, it's crazy how much information is out there, and how transparent they are. And just like, you know, like for me, I don't have children, but I have my guy as my baby, as you all know. Everything I put on my dog, I research. So everything I put on my body, I want to know that I'm putting the best and the most pure things on my body. And that's why I really, really trust Doterra. And that's why I feel very confident going out in the world with their oils. So any other questions? Well, thank you, ladies, so much for having this little powwow. I hope you found it beneficial. Immune system is a hot topic right now. So I hope that you learned something and that you can take away something from this and add it into your routines to help you feel confident with your immune system as well. So thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.